You guys! Chef is going away. Going away? For how long? Forever.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're taking a look at the ways in which the TV show South Park has evolved from its humble beginnings to the mainstay it is today.
Oh, is it inconvenient now? I tried to warn you all, but no one took me serial.
Number 10. Character churn.
I know she hadn't been in any recent episodes, but damn it, she deserved better than this!
While the show's key players like Cartman and the boys have been a mainstay, in the more recent seasons there have been both major and minor town residents who have long since seen the door.
Hello, Scouts!
Hey, it's Big Gay Al!
Big Gay Al, Jimbo and Ned, and Officer Bar Brady have received barely any screen time since the earlier seasons. Most notable of them all, however, is Chef, who infamously last appeared at the start of Season 10, where he was killed off.
He's pretty brainwashed, all right. Worst case I've ever seen.
It just goes to show that on South Park, no secondary character is safe. Number 9. Stories became more meaningful. One of the most prominent differences between the older episodes and what we've seen in recent years is the way in which they are written. It's abundantly clear that as the show has evolved, so has the storytelling.
Sweet!
Initially, any serious aspect of the episode was often thrown in at the end as a lesson the kids have learned.
Yeah, I've learned something today. Family isn't about whose blood you have, it's about who you care about.
But as the show has progressed over the years, the stories told in the episodes have become both richer and more intelligent in their design.
Neat, huh, Kenny? Woo!
Rather than rely on old gags or repeated tropes, they find creative ways to tell compelling stories that still make us laugh.
Well, I guess we learned our lesson. No, we didn't, dude. No, we didn't.
Number 8. Randy has come more into focus.
First, you're obsessed with baseball fights. Then you need to play Warcraft. Then you gotta be a celebrity chef.
Why can't you ever just support me?
Creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone were in their late 20s when South Park first aired. In those early years, much of the focus was on the four boys. As both creators have gotten older, started families of their own, and experienced the perils of real adulthood, there's been a noticeable shift towards more stories revolving around Stan's dad, Randy.
For what? Arresting me for what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
Parker has even publicly stated how Randy's voice was originally an impression of his dad, and now it's just his own voice.
You wanna just sit here a little more and be frozen?
Yeah.
You want me to bring you some McDonald's?
Okay.
Randy has become a fan-favorite character much in the same way Cartman has, and we can thank the passage of time for seeing more of him.
You try and take my way of life? Time to show you some integrity.
Number 7. Fewer catchphrases.
I am a cop, and you will respect my authority.
When a show becomes popular, it's only natural that fans will begin to quote the dialogue. This often results in a simple line becoming a catchphrase. South Park's early years saw the birth of instances of this.
They took our jobs! They took our jobs!
Whether it was the boys' reaction to yet another Kenny death or Cartman's insistence that he's big-boned, catchphrases were never in short supply.
And I'm not fat, I'm big bone.
Yet today, we see fewer and fewer of these each season. Given how the show's writing has progressed beyond the need for quips and blatant teachable moments, it's not that surprising to see these one-liners appear less often and replaced by funnier dialogue. But come on, who doesn't miss
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Number 6. Not just TV anymore. South Park was born into the world of television, where it has been a staple since 1997. 2 years later, the movie South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut was released, and for the longest time, that was essentially it.
Well, the film is R-rated and it's not intended for children.
But of course children are gonna see it.
Today, the show has expanded beyond just episodic television. Several TV movies have been released on Paramount Plus, with more coming in the future.
The pandemic's been awful. We all need to just cut each other some slack. I love you, Butters.
After initial attempts to make hit video games proved unsuccessful, the show has gone on to produce 2 that were critically acclaimed, with a 3rd one on the way. And lastly, they've even produced several albums, and had a massive live concert in Colorado celebrating the show's 25th anniversary.
Come on down South Park and meet some friends of mine.
Number 5. Cartman's voice has changed. For 26 years and counting, Trey Parker has been the voice of Eric Cartman and many other characters on the show. To some, it might actually come as a surprise that Cartman's voice has slightly changed as the years have passed.
Shut up, you guys. You're just trying to make me scared, and it's not working.
Reportedly, Parker found his original Cartman sounds to be too damaging to his voice, and so he slowly eased off on some of the more harsher aspects of Eric's tone.
No. You gotta go, but man. But ma. But man.
In fact, a quick Google search will yield additional fan discussions around the voice of Stan and Mr. Mackey as well, both of whom Parker voices.
Okay, and sleep is very important to your success at school. Okay?
Okay. I'll be okay.
Okay, you sure? Because I'm here if you need me.
Okay.
Number 4. 6 Days to Air. Fun fact, the first episode of South Park is the only one to have been made entirely using real construction paper and stop-motion animation. As a result, it took them about 3 months to complete. Once they moved to computer-based animation, production was reduced to around 3 weeks.
That does it! I am not waiting 3 weeks!
Today, each episode is produced in only 6 days, as shown in the documentary 6 Days to Air.
Is there a season where you made the decision, like, we're going to start turning it over in a week?
No, it just started happening, where we would do it in 2 weeks, and then we would do it, and oh my God, we just did a show in 10 days, I can't believe that was crazy. And then it was like, oh my God, 7 days, and it was like, oh my God, we just did it. And then it just turned into like, we just do a show a week.
This insanely short production time is also the biggest reason why the show remains so timely in its content.
Celebrate good Obama, come on! It's Obama.
The biggest news of the week can now easily be turned into an episode that can air while people are still talking about it.
Knowing we have 7 shows coming up and we don't have any ideas for them yet, that's typical, but...
Number 3. Serialized Storytelling. South Park was, for the most part, very episodic in nature, meaning each episode contained a different storyline and you could watch it not knowing what had happened in the previous episode.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
In Season 18, the show began to experiment with serialized storytelling.
Why does everyone suddenly remember everything everybody says?
Since then, subsequent seasons have all experimented with continuity-based episodes.
Remember? Hey, remember Ghostbusters? Oh, I remember.
In fact, all of Season 20 was a singular story told in 10 pieces. It's another testament to the writers who are always trying to find new ways to tell stories in South Park.
Are you all right, Von Miller? Fine. I think the Frankadellers gave me a little heartburn.
Number 2. Cancel culture immunity. Like it or not, the last few years have seen the rise of cancel culture.
What? Who canceled us?
Someone does something objectionable and is canceled for being insensitive. One can't deny that South Park has somehow remained immune to such things. Despite the fact that it continues to hold nothing back in its assault of virtually everything, no one seems interested in canceling it.
Tom, don't you think this has gone on long enough? It's time for you to come out of the closet.
I'm not in the closet.
Early years saw many controversies, which ultimately fell on deaf ears and allowed the show to continue to push how far it could go.
Later, for anyone to go up and go, did you see this thing on South Park? That was really offensive.
Indeed, it seems that holding nothing back has allowed the show to flourish. In fact, the show has even called out cancel culture.
It's like there's one awful witch who wants to kill everybody, so now they're coming after all of us. This is like a witch thingy.
It's like a witch pursuit thingy. It's a witch chase and shoot 'em up!
Yeah, that's what it is!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Kenny doesn't die in every episode. One of the earliest running gags on this show was how poor Kenny McCormick would die in every episode, and then reappear unharmed in the next one.
Oh my God! They've killed Kenny! You bastards!
The joke and the ensuing catchphrase after his death was initially funny at first, but as with many running gags, it got old, and so the creators finally pulled the plug. Literally. In fact, they presumably killed him off for good in Season 5, only to have him resurrected shortly thereafter.
Oh, hey, Kenny. Dude, where have you been?
But that's not to say they've ceased the gag entirely. From characters to storylines, what do you think has changed the most in this show over its 26-season run? Let us know in the comments. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.